Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of PNSQ Chronicles, which is what we promise to be the best podcast related to the Pacific Northwest Software Quality Conference you are going to hear this week, this month, this year, mainly because it's the only podcast related to it. I am your host, Michael Larsen, and I am happy to welcome to our virtual stage, if you will, Merlin Benneth from PLUS QA, and he is going to be leading us in a meetup for June. Do I have that correct? And did I say that right?
Sure did. Yep. Correct.
All right. So first off, let's talk about what the event is all about. Now, this event is related to accessibility. It's a topic I find near and dear to my heart. So from your perspective, what is somebody who wants to participate in this event? We should add, it is a hybrid event. It is happening both in person at PLUS QA in Portland. I will share the address. It will be part of the show notes. But what, in your words, is this meetup about?
Yeah, this meetup is going to be sort of a demo on how to get started with accessibility testing in quality assurance. We'll be doing a presentation and I'll be giving a tutorial / workshop on some of the techniques we use here at PLUS QA and some of the guidelines we follow. And yeah, I'll just be sharing some of the processes that people can undertake to get started on accessibility testing themselves.
So there are a number of accessibility tools out there. Anybody who's played in this space may already be familiar with tools like Wave, which is very visual, and that's the whole benefit of it. Nothing scares a senior executive when you show them a Wave screen for the first time and they freak out at all the red dots all over the screen, and then you can explain what they are. It does have its effect. And then, of course, there's also ACS, which is from DQ Systems that allows you to get a scan from a page, look at individual elements, play with them and verify if they will change based off of your details, or you can even put that into automation. So with people who might be experienced with those tools, how does the PLUS QA relate to that? Or is it something totally different?
Well, at PLUS QA, we actually don't rely on automation tools like Wave or X all that much. We use them sparingly, but the reason is because we approach testing with an emulation-based approach, meaning that we, the testers, emulate the user experience that a real consumer would have as they are using the product. So we will manually test each product that we are given, and we will run it through a very specific series of scenarios. And we do have a few tools that we'll use to scan for things like color contrast and text spacing and things like that. But for the most part, what we're testing is, does the product work if you are facing motor impairments? Does the product work for you if you have visual impairments and you're using a screen reader? And other things like color blindness, visual impairments that are not blindness related. And the reason is because we believe that user experience is everything. So those tools like Wave and Axe and Lighthouse are great at capturing and catching bugs or HTML issues on the page that might be accessibility related. And they can also be very useful in showing us how to fix those things. But what we've found in using those tools is they will often pick up false negatives, meaning they will report issues that are not in fact issues, or perhaps have workarounds that are fully compliant with WCAG, which is the standard that we use for our testing. And we find that it doesn't pick up things that are user experience related, meaning if there is a video that doesn't have captions, it won't pick that up. If there is an image that has alt text, but the alt text doesn't effectively describe the image, it won't pick that up. So what we're doing is we are going through from the perspective of a user and making sure everything is working as expected and as desired. And in some cases, we even have users with disabilities themselves, or testers, I should say, with disabilities themselves, who will evaluate the product as well.
Okay, so if I'm hearing you right, you might be answering somewhat of a holy grail that I've talked about over the years, in that I frequently have said. One of is you can have a 100% compliant product that's horrible to use because it meets the letter of the law, but it doesn't meet the spirit of the people who are actually using the product. And what I'm hearing from you, if I'm right, is your product, the PLUS QA product, is built around the idea of this is a persona-based situation, to where we're not necessarily looking for the WCAG elements and all that. We're putting you in the shoes of somebody who is your user so you can experience what they experience. And if that's the case, I'm excited. I got that right?
You've got that absolutely correct. And that's what we value most at Plus QA is user experience and yeah, putting real people in the shoes of the testing environment.
Well, all right. This sounds like something that is going to be definitely worth participating in. For anybody out there, if you've heard me grouse about this, and you have heard me grouse about this, where I've said it would be really nice if the tools would actually help us get in the shoes of people and really feel what they're feeling. Sounds like this is going to be a great opportunity to do that. So, for those who want to participate, June 24th, 2025, it's from 6 to 8 p.m. and it is on site at Plus QA, which is at 1725 Southeast Ash Street in Portland, Oregon, or you can join virtually and participate. We definitely hope to see you there. And Merlin, if anybody wants to know more beforehand, or if they want to get a sneak peek before the event, what can they do?
Well, you're welcome to take a look at the WCAG guidelines yourself. All of our testing is based on WCAG, which is a set of accessibility rules that are created by an organization called the W3. And they've got several of their own suggestions for test scenarios that you can run through as you do QA for websites. And if you want to read up on any of that, that's a great way to get started yourself.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Merlin, for joining us. And for everybody out there, we hope to see you on June 24th. We hope you'll participate and register for the event. The link will be in the show notes down below. And with that, we come to an end of another PNSQ Chronicles. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to talking with you soon. Take care, everybody.
And thank you. I'm glad to be here.